Boys Without Names, Chapter 21. In the daylight, I stare at the nimba trunk with a gash where the big branch broke off many weeks ago. It has left a hole in the tree. I have had same kind of one in my heart since I got separated from my family. Scar comes early and doesn't leave until after the clock strikes 8 so he can supervise us. The export quality work order must be very important. One muggy day, when he pokes his head in to see if we are doing a good job, he has to keep swatting at the mosquitoes that buzz around him. He spreads his arms wide. We have another big order. Sweat beads from his temples and balding head. A small pencil is stuck behind his ear. I imagine reaching out and grabbing it. We all look at him blankly. How come there are more mosquitoes here than downstairs? He demands as if he invited them to come and suck our blood. The mosquitoes have been bad for so long that they have gotten used to it. But Scar only notices them now when we have an important and urgent order. I think because at night they find their way up. I reply, it must slow you down. What can we do? None of us has an answer, so Scar answers his own question. I will bring a spray tomorrow. Mr. Edwell told us that some sprays are very dangerous, and I don't want Scar to bring something that will hurt us, but I have to tell him in such a way that he won't do it. You have to spray every few days to keep them away. It will cost too much. He narrows his eyes. You have a better idea, smart mouth? If you put some fresh nimba branches in a pail and run a fan, it will drive the mosquitoes away. Scar's eyes settle on the nimba tree. That's a good idea, but here is the thing. The fan will cost money and I'm afraid he will I'm afraid he will order us to work extra, so I say a used one will be cheaper than the spray. A used one will be cheaper than a spray. He doesn't tell us what he's going to do. I hope he buys a fan. The next day he brings an old fan and a pail filled with nimba stems. The yellow fan blades are covered with a layer of prime, and one of the knobs is broken, but the nimba leaves are fresh. There are some ripe, fresh, fleshy fruit hanging on the branches, and my mouth waters. Run the fan only when the mosquitoes are bad. Turn it off at night, or else all my profit will be eaten up by the electricity. Scar says, it was nice to have a fan, even an old gurgling fan while we work. It throws nimba scent air around. When we turn it off, the glue smell creeps back. I wish we could keep the fan and share stories so I can imagine. I'm sitting on a tree branch on a breezy day. At night, I pick the nimba fruits. Everyone except GC eats a few. Amar, thick fingers, and Sahil like the ones that are yellow and fully ripe because they don't taste bitter. Roshan is the only one who loves half-ripened ones like I do. Since Scout brought us the fan, he expects us to work 1 extra hour a day. We split the hour. We get up half an hour early and go to bed half an hour late. The kink in my neck has become permanent. No matter how much I rotate my neck, I can't get rid of it. Our days are like worn out path, dull and the same. Since GC threatened us, we have not shared stories. The only new thing I notice is the pain that I have in my elbows, knees, and shoulders. In the beginning, I used to plan my escape, think about how I would fool Scott, but now I don't bother to do that. All I know now it is hard to fall asleep with an uneasy mind and an aching body. And once I do fall asleep, it is hard to wake up. Today the day starts with bright sunshine and Scar comes in humming as soon as he turns the television on the chant, Ganpati Bappa Moria, Puchra Varshi Lokarya. Hail Lord Ganesha, return again soon next year, floats up. It tells me that it must be the festival of elephant-headed Lord Ganesha, which comes around the end of August. I think how last year I, Naren, Sita and Baba, I went to the village temple and listened to the priest chants. We offered red hibiscus blossom and a few grains of rice to Lord Ganesha, and the priest gave us sweets, coconut pieces, and rock candy. Maybe the rock candy I gave to the twins at the Thane station were pieces she had saved from the festival. I tell myself a story about Lord Ganesha that I used to tell me. Once Ganesha and his brother Kartikeya fought about who was the wiser of the two. They went to their parents, Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati, to decide the matter. Their parents were sitting in their adobe on the top of the Mount Kailash in the Himalayas. Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati said that whoever could travel around the world and return first was wiser. Lord Kartikeya flew off on his peacock to go around the world, but Ganesha circled his parents and bowed, saying, I am back. Lord Shiva said, Beloved son, you did not go around the world. Ganesha replied, No, but I went around both of you. My parents symbolize the entire universe for me. Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati declared that Ganesha was indeed the wiser one. I told me that Lord Ganesha was the god of wisdom, intelligence, and worldly success. Maybe if I pray to him, he will help me. After several days, the festival of Lord Ganesha ends, but I am still here.